Welcome students, you are watching the video lecture class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. I am Pratichi Das, lecturer in MCOM Finance and Control. Our topic is Principles of Management. Today we will discuss about the nature of management. So let's start. What is the nature of management? The nature of management is defined as in different category. So first category or first nature of management is universality. It is universal phenomenon in the sense that it is common and essential in all enterprise. The principles of management can be applied in all managed situation regardless of size, nature and location of organization. Universality also implies that managerial skills are transferable and managers can be trained and developed. So universality is the nature of management. That means the or management is treated as common in every enterprise. As the enterprise or organization is differ from one to the another according to the size, nature and location, but management treated as universality or management is treated as common in every type of enterprise. Universality also implies that managerial skills are transferable and managers can be trained and developed. So, the nature of management is treated as universality. That means in every type of enterprise or in every type of organization, management is treated as common or management is treated as same according to the size, nature and location of the organization. The another nature of management is social process, which involves managing people organized in work groups, and it involves retaining, developing and motivating people at work as well as taking care of their satisfaction as social beings. So as we know, organization is a combination of group of people or a group of people are working together for the organization for achieving a single objective or single goal. As the management is working between the organization or management managing the people for the organization, so management is focusing on the retaining, developing and motivating that particular group of people or motivating the people who are working between the organization and take care of their satisfaction as a social being. So as human beings are treated as a social being, so group of people have some extent of satisfaction or some limit of satisfaction, and management must be focused on the satisfaction level of that particular group of people. That for management is treated as a social process or social process is the nature of management. The nature of management is purposeful. It is always aimed at achieving organization goals and purposes. The success of management is measured by the extent to which desired objectives are attained. The tasks of management are directed towards effectiveness and efficiency. So, another nature of management is purposeful. That means management must have some purpose or goal. As management is aimed for achieving the organizational goal and purposes, the success of management is measured by the extent to which desired objectives are attained. That means if the organization has some extent of objective or some extent of goal, and if the organization is going to be success or going to be attain that particular objective, then it is termed as a success of management. And the success of management must be measured by the extent to which desired objectives are attained. That means if the organization is attaining the objective or achieving the objective, then it is treated as that is the success of the management, and that should be measured through a process of desired objectives of the particular organization. So the tasks of management are directed toward effectiveness and efficiency. Then another nature of management is coordinating force. It coordinates the efforts of organizational members through elderly arrangement of interrelated activities to avoid duplication of efforts. So coordinating force is the nature of management. It's the coordination or the management coordinates the effort of organizational members. That means those all people who are working between the organization, the effort or activity of that particular group of people must be coordinated by the management, in which process through elderly arrangement of interrelated activities and to avoid duplication of efforts. The another nature of management is intangible. It is intangible. Its presence can be felt by outcomes of its efforts in the form of adequate work output, employee satisfaction, etc. So, management is treated as intangible in nature. The activity of the management or the presence of management can be felt. That can be felt by outcome of its efforts. That means what is the effort of management that can be felt by the outcome. That means what are the activities are playing between the organization by the management that can be felt by the outcomes form of orderly, adequate work output, employee satisfaction, etc. So, if adequate work output comes out or employees of the organization are going to be satisfied, then it is known as or it is felt that the organizational managerial activities must be working effectively. So, it is the nature of management that management nature or management activities are intangible. Another nature of management is continuous process. It is an ongoing process. The cycle of management continues as long as there is existence of organization. So the managerial activity between the organization is a continuing process. This is an ongoing process or continuing process, and the activity of management is going on. The cycle of management continues as long as there is existence of organization. That means as long as the organization is exist, the activity of management or the cycle of management continue till that particular time period. So it is known as a continuous process, or management is treated as a continuous process according to the nature basis. Discuss about the management as art, science and profession. Management experts have different views on the nature of management. As we know, the nature of management is differ from the expert to the expert. So, management experts have different views on the nature of management. Some have the opinion that management is a science. Some other hold the view that it is an art. Others say it is a profession. That means every expert have different views, or different experts have different views according to the nature of management. So some viewers or some experts of management told that management is treated as a science. Some others hold the view that management is an art, and some others hold the view that the management is a profession. So taking all these views into account, we can determine the nature of management. So we can define the nature of management according to the views of the experts, that management is an art, science or profession. So let's start about the topic that what is the actual nature of management. The management is an art, a science or a profession. Management is treated as art, science and profession because it has some characteristics of an art, a science and a profession. So different experts of management views that management is treated as science, as art and as profession because the management contains some characteristics of art, some characteristics of science and some characteristics of profession. So let's start about what is an art. Art refers to the way of doing specific things. It indicates how an objective is to be achieved. Management, like any other operational activity, has to be an art. Most of the managerial arts have to be cultivated as art of attaining mastery to secure actions and results. So, art refers to the way of doing specific things which indicates how an objective is to be achieved. So, the specific thing is the objective of the organization, and art refers to the way to doing that specific things or to doing or in which process the objective of the organization can be achieved, that is known as art. So management, like any other operational activity, has to be an art. Basis of managerial activity, the organization is able to achieve the objective. That for management is treated as an art. The above definition contains three important characteristics of art. What are they? They are: art is the application of science and it is putting principles into practice. After knowing a particular art, practice is needed to reach the level of perfection, and it is undertaken for accomplishing an end through deliberate efforts. So, from the above definition, it is clear that art is the application of science and it putting the principles into practice. That means it is an application of science and put some principles or some regulations into the practice. After knowing a particular art, so art is a process of knowing the objective. So in the management process or in an organization, management doing the activity, that how the organizational activities or how the organizational objective can be achieved. Therefore it is a particular practice is needed to reach the level of perfection. So knowing that particular objective is an art and practicing that art is a process of reaching the level of perfection, and it is undertaken for accomplishing an end through deliberate efforts. Judging from the above characteristics of art, it may be observed that management, while performing the activities of getting things done by others, it is required to apply the knowledge of certain underlying principles which are necessary for every art. Art is a process of application of different principles or some rules and regulation, while the management is performing the activities of getting things done by others. That means we know that is the definition of management. Management is getting things done by others and which require to apply the knowledge of certain underlying principles. That means when manager get the things done by others, it put some underlying principles or knowledge and which are necessary for every art. For inputting the art, it is necessary to apply the principles of knowledge. So management get perfection in the art of managing only through continuous practice. So management gets perfection. That means this process of application of principles or this process of applying the knowledge into the activity of the organization, it requires a continuous practice, and that is known as our perfection of management. So management implies capacity to apply accurately the knowledge to solve the problem, to face the situation, and to realize the objectives fully and timely. So the above observation makes management an art, and that to a fine art. So from this discussion we concluded that the management is treated as an art because it put some principles, and for getting a perfection of management it needs a continuous practice, and it implies capacity to apply accurate knowledge to solve the problems. Therefore management is treated as an art. So let's discuss about management as a science. What is science? Science may be described as a systematic body of knowledge pertaining to an area of study and contains some general truth explaining past events or phenomena. So science is a systematic body of knowledge and it focuses on a particular area of study, and it contains some general truth which explaining the past events. So that is known as science. What are the characteristics of science? It is a systematized body of knowledge and uses scientific methods for observation. So science is a systematized body of knowledge and uses methods of observations. Its principles are evolved on the basis of continued observation and experiment. So, the principles of the science are evolved on the basis of continued observations and experiment. And the principles are exact and have universal applicability without any limitation. So, the principles of science are exact and they are applicable to the organization or applicable to any event universal without any limitations. Judging the above characteristics of science, it may be observed that management is a systematized body of knowledge and its principles have evolved on the basis of observation. So, management is a systematized body of knowledge and the principles have evolved on the basis of observation of the activities of a group of people who are working between the organization. The kind of experimentation as in natural sciences cannot be accompanied in the area of management. So, since management deals with the human element, as management activities are done through the human beings, therefore the area of experiment cannot be applicable to the managerial activity or to the management. In management, it is not possible to define or analyze and measure phenomena by repeating the same condition over and over again to obtain a proof. As management is the process of activity or management is the function of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating and controlling, it is not possible to define, analyze and measure by repeating the same condition over and over again to obtain a proof. That means proof the activities of management, it cannot be able or it cannot be analyzed or it cannot be measured repeatedly to the activity of a group of people, as the management is deal with the human elements. So from the above discussion, we have concluded that management is both a science as well as an art. As a matter of fact, science should be overemphasized nor be art discontinued. So the science and art of the management go together and are both mutually independent and complementary. And therefore it is treated as management is thus a science as well as an art. It can be said that the art of management is as old as human history, but the science of management is an event of the recent past. So let's start about the management is a profession. Management is a profession because profession is an occupation carried by professionals like doctor, lawyer, architect, chartered accountant, cost accountant, etc. It involves knowledge and application of the knowledge. So management as a profession in modern concept different from traditional one. There are various features that management and profession have in common. So management is treated as a profession because profession is an occupation carried by different professionals and it involves knowledge and application of knowledge. So management is a profession in modern concept because of the following features. What are the features? Well-defined body of knowledge. A profession has a certain basic set of knowledge that act as instruction and can be acquired by practice. So as the profession is treated as a set of knowledge, so management is also treated as a set of knowledge and that acts an instruction through a particular practice. Second characteristics of profession is restricted entry. One cannot simply just enter into a profession. Instead, there are some eligibility criteria like an examination which the person needs to pass in order to enter into the professional domain. So, restricted entry means Nobody can be easily treated as a profession without holding a particular eligibility. In India, a person become a CA only after the pass the examination conducted by the ICAI. So, as if we get an example that a person become called as or person become a chartered accountant after it has passed the examination which is conducted by the ICAI. So there is a restricted entry for a professional, or that is known as our characteristics or nature of profession. Another nature of profession is professional association. Every person is further the lookout of their respective association. In simple words, each profession is affiliated to a body, council, or association that arises out function or that carries out function like regulating entries, maintaining the code of conduct, grants, certificate, and so on. Every profession is looked out according to their respective association. In simple word, each profession is affiliated to a body, council, or association. That means if we will take an example, the Bar Council of India controls the activities of all lawyers. That lawyers are the profession or a particular profession whose activities are controlled by a particular association, that is known a particular council, that is known as our Bar Council. So another feature of profession is ethical code of conduct. There are certain ethics which the torchbearer of every profession has to abide by. These guide the behavior of the member, and that is known as our code of conduct. Another feature is service motive. The aim of every profession is to serve the client. So professional persons must have a particular motive that they are serving for others, or they are serving for the people, or they are serving for the clients. This further means that a professional is required to render committed and dedicated services to ensure fulfillment of clients' interest. That means every professional or every profession person has a particular motive to serve for their client or fulfill the interest of the clients. That for every profession or professional person have a motive, that is service motive, or they are providing service to their client. So management as profession, management run along the lines of a profession. Although not exactly, management exhibits many features that ensure that it is a part of the professional universe. So as management contains or management exhibits many features of professions, so management is treated as a profession. Let's observe about the features of management. Those are equal to the profession. Management consists of well-defined and systematic knowledge that is imparted to people aiming to be a manager. So as profession is a systematized body of knowledge, management consists a well-defined systematic knowledge, and that is imparted the people aiming to be a manager. So this knowledge developed over time and is ever changing and increasing. Further, these concepts and principles are applied to general business situations, and this knowledge is taught at various institutes, colleges, and can also be acquired through books and journals. Books and journals. That for management is treated as a profession. So, from the above discussion, we concluded that management is both art and science, and it also treated as a profession. As discussed, a profession has restricted entry, but management does not meet this condition in a fulfilling manner. For example, medicine requires a practicing doctor. Interestingly, there are no such condition in the managerial domain. Any person can be called a manager in an organization regardless of their educational qualification. Additionally, there is no particular degree devoid of which a person not qualified as a manager. Then again, profession of educational knowledge from reputed management college is an important aspect and desired quality. For getting a particular profession, it is necessary to pass out the examination conducted by some association or some council. In case of management, for getting a manager profession or for a managerial performance, the person do not have to qualify, or that person does not need a particular qualification or educational qualification or any degree. So thank you, keep watching.